All right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello, everybody.
Sorry for the delay. I had some technical difficulties with my camera. I am here with Scott from Odineum. It's a newer project that is being built at the moment, and Scott and I have been talking here recently and having some phone calls and everything, just kind of discussing the project, and we wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. So, Scott, I will let you introduce yourself, man, and just give us a little background on crypto. How long you've been investing, and when you started thinking about doing the project and everything.
Yeah, sounds good. First of all, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
My name's Scott. Odineum is the project I'm building. Um, I've been involved in the space for over a year. Um, I was in the first kind of shit coins, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Um, I've been theorizing building something like this basically since I started because I believe there's a gap in the market that could be filled. Um, my first project was called Starship. And it ended up doing very well. I mean, we hit 9 million market cap our first week.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Wow.
over 5 months, I think it peaked at 80 million.
Dang.
So yeah,
Very cool.
it did very well. Um, and I just got sidelined with that, but I'd always had this in my mind, just what Odineum is going to be building basically.
Sure. Yep.
Um, so I guess like I'll start initially with just kind of some basic stuff with
Yeah.
Odineum. There's 5 NFTs in total.
Let me pull those open real quick. Sorry to
Yeah,
sorry to
sure.
interrupt you.
No
I've got
worries.
that picture opened up here. So it's going to be like a tiered staking system, basically, with the NFTs, correct?
Yeah, so it's basically
Okay.
it's using these NFTs to kind of work in sync with the token,
Okay.
and it kind of allows investors to kind of tailor what they want out of the project
Sure.
in terms of passive income, blah blah blah.
Okay.
I think passive income right now is really the way to go, just with current market conditions, blah blah blah.
Yeah, passive income's great, especially when the market's down and everything, you're still accumulating then,
Yeah, exactly.
for
Um,
sure.
so we have 10 sets here of NFTs. If you can see the full set there, those are the 5 NFTs.
So that's the
That
top that's the biggest set you can basically have, correct? That's the full
Yeah,
set, the five cards.
yeah, that'll be the
Okay.
full set. Each one of those individual NFTs, if you own a single one, will give you reflections.
Okay.
Um, you have an option of whether those reflections are being paid out in BNB or the token itself.
Oh, so there's gonna be an option. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, because some people actually like getting token reflections
Yeah.
because there's been cases where you know it would have been actually more profitable to get the token instead of BNB type thing.
Sure. Yep.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
there'll be an option for that. And yeah, each separate one will give a different set of reflections.
Okay.
And then for our staking pool, each one of these sets will kind of give you a different APY based off
Okay.
which NFTs you own.
Sure.
So as you can see, there's 10 sets total, 10 different APY levels.
Yep.
The full set obviously will get you max staking rewards, max reflections, um, and then also a tier one whitelist spot.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, our
So the tier
staking
one
is
whitelist spot, that'll be for what will the whitelist spot entail? Is that
that's for the
for
token.
for the token? Yep,
Yeah,
that's what I figured. Okay.
yeah. So we'll be doing a whitelist for our token pre-sale,
Yep.
launching on Gempad.
It's
Who
gonna launch on Gempad. Okay.
Yeah, they're a new launch pad. I actually really like their platform. So
Okay, cool. That's awesome. I'm actually gonna write that note down. That I've been looking over everything, but I did not know that that's where it's launching. That's cool, man. Gempad.
yeah.
Do you have kind of a time frame when you guys are thinking the token's gonna launch, or are you still kind of in the works on that?
Part of what we're doing is one of our marketing strategies is to, instead of just focusing on kind of the Telegram call groups, which is what a lot of people do,
Yeah.
we're trying to branch out and build partnerships with already established communities and coins.
Sure.
And I think that's that's a way to kind of bring some longevity to your project.
More organic growth.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have a couple partnerships we're working on right now, and I'm just waiting to essentially hear back from those. I'm not going to announce anything right now, obviously, until it's set in
Oh
stone.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So once that happens, we'll be looking at doing our mint, and then we'll give people, an ample amount of time to kind of mix and match what they want out of the NFTs, and then we'll be doing our pre-sale.
Sure. Okay. So basically, once the NFT mint starts, like it's a random mint. So once you mint one, the price on the mint is, did you say 0.15 BNB?
0.15 BNB, yeah.
0.15 BNB
Yeah.
per mint, and it's a random drawing on which NFT card you're going to get.
Yeah. So
So
so it's a
if
random
you end
draw.
up, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, it's a random draw. One of the things that we're going to be building, and hopefully it's going to be ready for launch, is essentially what's called a non-loss lottery.
Okay.
So every NFT that you own will essentially become one raffle ticket in this lottery.
Okay. So if you own
So
like multiple of one of the same cards or something that you don't necessarily need multiples of it, you can use
yeah,
one of them for a lottery.
yeah, you have the option of trying to sell them on the marketplace,
Sure.
or you can hold on to them and you'll have an automatic entry into this lottery that's drawn. You
Okay.
know,
Just by holding it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of a way to, add another layer of passive income
Very
onto the
cool.
NFTs.
That's awesome, man. I'm gonna jump over on the website here real quick. So I've got the website pulled open. I'll drop the website in the chat too.
Sure.
So organized DeFi tiered NFT stake, and we're starting to go through. They do have a Telegram, they do have a Twitter and a Discord. Very active. I mean, Scott, you've responded to me immediately the multiple times that we've talked through Telegram. So if anybody has questions, definitely jump in their Telegram.
Yeah, or feel
So
free to DM me. I mean, I'm on this all day. It's my full-time job, so.
nice, very cool. So the cards, do you guys have an in-house artist that's designing these?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, all the website design was done by our graphic designer.
Okay,
He's very, very good at what he does.
very cool. I was trying to
Um,
open up a picture of it. See if it'll load. Maybe it won't. I'll go back. I clicked on one of them. I was trying to get it to open, but
oh,
yeah, those are cool. They look sharp.
yeah, yeah. Some really nice art
A lot
art
of
done to them.
detail in them. That's cool.
Yeah,
So they're going to be, obviously you don't know which one you're going to mint. It's going to be a random draw, like when you are minting these at 1.15 BNB, and then according to that staking, or according to the picture I had pulled open here, this is kind of like showing your base set on which cards you need in order to get certain percentage APY, correct?
yeah. So our
Okay.
staking system, in order to stake, you'll have to own one of these sets.
Yep.
One of the advantages there for the investor is that instead of anybody being able to come in with tokens and stake, there'll be
Yep.
less people involved in that staking pool,
Sure.
which in turn will turn into more income for the investor.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a great idea. I don't see anybody else trying that either. Nobody else is building a system like this.
Yeah,
So, and you've been thinking about the idea of this for quite some time. It's not something that just popped in your head 2 weeks ago and you started throwing it together. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No,
So,
it's basically what I wanted to do is obviously we have our utilities and the platform that we're building as well.
yep,
Maybe we can get into that in a little while here.
sure,
But it was creating kind of this system where you're investing in the prospect of the platform, et cetera, et cetera.
hmm,
But while that's all happening, you have all these different ways to kind of make money as an investor through the project.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So there's multiple possible streams of income, not just one thing.
Yeah,
That's great. I like that you guys are doing like an organic growth and kind of talking with other communities and stuff too. There's a lot of really good communities in the space that are, been around for a while, or even newer ones that haven't been around that long, and some really good people. So
Mhm.
to have some good collaborations or partnerships or anything like that is always very good in this space for sure.
Yeah,
I could
absolutely.
You see so many projects that are, doing like you were saying, just doing call groups and stuff and just pumping it up, and it's just like a false narrative, you know what I mean? And it just pumps and dumps the coin, and that's it. It's gone. So there's no longevity in it. So the
Yeah,
way
that's
you
pretty much it. You see the
yeah,
same, few thousand investors just hopping, from
exactly.
coin to coin or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, y'all, thanks for joining us here. Whoever's jumping in, Legal Alien, one of my good friends. Thanks for stopping by. He said Odineum in the house.
Hello, hello.
Appreciate y'all stopping by. Y'all hit the like and subscribe button. This is, if you're just joining, this is Scott from Odineum. This is a newer project. Him and I have been talking here recently, and he's got a very unique NFT staking system that they're putting together, as well as a token that they're going to launch. It's been in the works for a while. He has also worked on a project in the past. What was the name of the past project? I'm sorry.
Starship.
Starship, which
Yeah.
did it ran multi-million-dollar project. So he does have a background working in the crypto space. So just wanted to give another little brief introduction for anybody that's stopping in late here. So okay, so I'm kind of on the roadmap here. You've got the community building, extensive marketing campaign, which you're kind of involved in those right now.
Mhm.
What about audits? What's
Yeah,
your
so our contract's been internally audited,
okay?
and then we'll get it externally audited, obviously, as well.
Okay,
Um, it's not right at the top of the priority list, but it should be done, I would assume, before launch.
sure, absolutely, yep,
Uh, yeah, so yeah, I mean, the contract's safe. It's all done from scratch. It's not a fork of anything. It's
gotcha.
been tested multiple times.
Very
And then
cool.
as far as KYC goes, I mean, obviously you can see my face here.
Yes,
I will be KYCing through, third party websites as well.
sure.
Gempad themselves, they do a KYC as well. So
Okay, very cool. Yeah,
yeah.
there's some good projects, and like we were saying earlier, in the space that you could even talk with. I think I mentioned that to you. I need to put you in contact with a project that does an auditing, and they've been doing audits for multiple projects. Excuse me, in the space, and very cool people. They do a great job and have a great track record, I guess you could say, where when they're doing an audit, a lot of people trust it. So it may be a good option for you at some point.
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to get in touch.
Absolutely. So then after audits and all that, we're going to move on to the official minting phase, which we've kind of briefly just or kind of went through that in depth a little bit on how the minting is going to work.
Hmm.
Um, so after the mint, and in order to purchase the token on Gempad, you will have to own an NFT, correct?
The pre-sale is going to be open if you're whitelisted,
Okay.
but in order to buy and sell the token right on launch, we'll have a little window of a certain amount of time.
Sure.
You have to own an NFT, just one.
Okay. Okay.
It's just another way to kind of give back to the people that are involved with the NFTs and own them or whatever.
Sure. Absolutely. That's awesome. And Crash Dave, how you doing, sir? Yes, Ether BSC. It is a BSC token, Dave. Sorry if I didn't mention that earlier. It is a BSC token. So cheap gas
Right.
fees. I'm a big fan of the BSC network, and I'm a huge Kronos fan also, just to throw that in there.
Oh yeah.
I think Kronos has got a huge future, man. BSC's been doing big things, and I think Kronos is going to sneak up on them one day.
Yeah, they've been getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they really have.
I think I think one of the things we'd be looking at actually is to bridge to ETH and probably to Kronos. So
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad thing. There's a lot of projects that are starting to bridge, and just opens up for more opportunity, especially certain investors. They only want to be on a certain chain,
yeah,
and
yeah, totally.
like I'm not picky. If I like a project, I'll get into it whichever chain. But some people are just more comfortable on a certain chain.
Mhm.
Okay, I've got another question here by Racket Club. How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in. What's the limit for the pre-sale? So is there a are you on
Do you mean
the
like a hard cap, or do you mean like a contribution limit?
um kind of explain that a little bit more, Racket Club? You talking like on, is there like a certain limit on how much you can purchase for tokens? Throw that in the chat if you will. Um I guess you could cover that. So is there going to be a limit on tokens, like a 1% of total supply or?
Yeah, we're gonna have a max wallet function in our contract.
Okay.
These days, it's vital because sniper bots,
Sure.
they'll come in there and they'll buy up, a huge amount of the supply and then just dump it all. So,
Yep.
we'll have that kind of anti-bot measures in our contract.
Okay.
Um, as far as the hard cap goes, it'll be somewhere around 200
Okay.
BMD.
Okay.
One of the things we're doing with these NFTs is anybody that owns a full set will get a whitelist spot.
Okay.
So we kind of have to judge based off how many people own the full sets, how many whitelist spots there's going to be,
Sure.
and then we'll be able to determine what the hard cap is.
Gotcha. Very cool. Yeah,
And
so
it's
that's what he meant, was like token purchase, what the cap is. Okay, cool. So there will be a cap in place on how many you can purchase. What are the, I might be jumping too far ahead here. What do you have the taxes set on the token yet? Like buy and
yeah,
sell tax?
yeah. So it's 14% both ways.
Okay.
Um, a majority of the tax will be going towards reflections and the staking pool.
Okay.
Um, it's basically 5% reflections, 5% staking pool,
Okay.
1% auto liquidity to just add a little bit of stability to the chart,
Sure.
and then the rest will be going towards marketing.
Okay, cool. So even with a little bit higher taxes, really the person that's benefiting the most on it is the NFT holders.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's
based around the NFT holders. So I mean, if you're holding the NFTs, I mean, you're getting a massive amount of reflections off of token buys and sells
mhm.
and through other streams. That's really cool. I
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
that's kind of the way we wanted to,
Yeah.
structure everything.
It's different, man. It really is. It's something that's unique. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna spread it to the masses to have people to at least be taking a look at you guys, man, because I think it's a unique project. I really do.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And you know, I'm newer in the space here, but I'm not. I'm the type of person where I'm not going to bring. I don't want just any token out there coming on for name A. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get the reputation where I'm just shilling anything out there, and I don't shill anything. You know, I'll mention something to people and tell them to look at it, but
Mhm.
you know, that's why it's been cool to, you know, talk to you behind the scenes and stuff. And um, I want to bring stuff to people's attention to at least do their own research on it and dig into it, because you know, if I've got it on here, I've got some kind of good feeling or good conviction about it, at least, you know, knowing that it seems like it's a solid project. So I like what I'm seeing. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. I think we'll do well. I got experience growing projects.
Yep. So are you did you develop the contract, or do you have other devs that actually develop the contract?
Yeah, we got a senior blockchain developer on our team.
Okay.
Um, I personally didn't code the contract. I'm
Okay.
not per se a developer in that sense.
Sure.
I do have experience, launching projects.
Yep.
I know a little bit about coding,
Okay.
but all that stuff was handled by our senior blockchain developer.
Very cool. How many people are on your team?
Um, there's about four main people. We got our
Okay.
graphic designer, we got the blockchain developer, we got our community guy,
Sure.
and then myself.
Okay.
Um, one of the things that we'll be doing, I'd have to kind of jump into the utility aspect of it,
Okay.
um, but we're basically hiring a very big development company, a software development company. They employ over 2,000 developers.
Okay.
So instead of doing all the work in house, which is what a lot of projects do, and they end up, getting into kind of the development hell period where you're waiting, X amount of weeks to get everything done, blah blah blah.
Sure.
We decided to kind of do it out of house. We're going to hire a professional company. They have deadlines to meet. All the work is contracted.
Gotcha.
Regular updates, professional work. Everything about that just to me is what I'm looking for
Sure.
our platform. So
Timeline wise too, it'll make things move quicker because, like you said, they have deadlines, and if it's a
yeah,
reputable large corporation like that, I mean, that's great. And
yeah,
yeah, absolutely, I agree, man, because I see a lot of projects, newer projects especially, that are doing every little thing in house, and man, they can get wrecked
hmm,
if they get behind on stuff. They get behind or they start having problems and they don't know how to solve the problems, and then they have to bring other people in and stuff, and that's a problem in the space for sure, man.
yeah.
So
It
it
ends up becoming a nightmare, and
absolutely it
you know,
does, man. So okay, so I didn't even realize this. I've been reading through everything. I looked through this a couple times now, but I skipped right over this the times I looked on here. So
mhm.
eventually y'all are gonna have a P2E game.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of the dream.
Okay.
We have a plan to do you know, all these different utilities to build
Sure.
our platform up. Once that platform gets built, and if it's at the point of success that would allow us to get into the P2E gaming
Uh,
thing,
sure.
we will.
Okay.
One of the things I've seen with current P2E models is none of the games or anything that I play. I'm not much of a gamer myself, but if I were to play a game,
Yep.
it wouldn't necessarily be one of these P2E games. So my whole thing would be if we delve into that space, it would be under the pretense that we're going to try and build something that is a little higher grade than
Okay.
what's currently out there.
Sure. Even if
Um,
it took a little bit longer, just take your time and develop it properly.
yeah, exactly.
Would
And
you incorporate, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no worries, no worries.
The would you base it kind of, are your thoughts kind of to base it off of like a card strategy type game, or are you thinking outside of that realm even?
Um, one of the I don't know if you've heard of like League of Legends.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah, so League of Legends is called a MOBA game.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Yep.
and the thing about MOBAs is they're extremely successful.
Sure.
League of Legends is arguably the most played game in the world.
Sure.
Um,
So
and
if you,
it's a really good. The thing about them is, obviously any game has a lot of development, coding, blah blah blah.
yep.
But one thing that I've noticed about mobile games is they only have one map,
Sure.
and once you develop that map, yeah, like there you go.
Yep. I just wanted to pull up in just a little example so people could see it. Yes, this is these are like the trending top games, and
Mhm.
whoever comes out with a successful League of Legends style game like this, I mean, there's obviously going to be more than one, but whoever does come out with a successful, captivating game like this is going to just absolutely explode, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm a huge, huge believer that play to earn gaming is, I mean, it's just on the tip of the iceberg right now.
oh yeah. I mean, we're still early. I mean, I
Yeah,
in the next few years, I see it becoming arguably the biggest part of crypto. I mean,
I think so too. Yeah, I've been I'm actually starting to do like a weekly blockchain gaming live stream, just kind of covering some new different games, that people may not have heard of.
oh
I'm not
no,
a big gamer, but kind of like you, and I believe in the future of it, and I can see investment wise where it's going to go,
hmm,
and I think it's huge. So,
yeah. I mean, gaming with especially the new generations,
yep,
and these are the people that are getting into crypto,
absolutely.
especially DeFi. I mean, they love the game. So
Yep, yep. The other cool aspect of the games like that is, I've noticed some of the bigger studios that are in development and stuff with games. They do like a scholarship program and stuff like that, where they'll basically lease out or rent out their NFTs to people from, like, say, third world countries, people that are
mhm.
that don't have a lot of money and stuff, and then these people are able to use those NFTs to play the game from these third world countries and everything, and earn income
Yeah, a
without
living
having
wage.
to buy stuff, and they're making more money doing that
Yeah.
than a job that they would have to work in their country. I
Hmm.
mean, it could absolutely change the world. Literally, it's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
I
It's
totally
awesome,
agree.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super passionate about it, man. I really am. So that's
Hmm.
cool. So that's later down the road, but that is on the roadmap to cross that bridge at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, that would essentially come after we build our platform.
Sure. Yep.
So, maybe I should get into some of the earlier utilities we're going to be
Yeah,
bringing.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm kind of jumping. I'm jumping the gun here. I seen gaming, man. I got all
All good,
pumped
man.
up. So yeah, let's go. Let's go into some utilities. Is there a certain part on here you want me to scroll down to that I could highlight or anything?
There's nothing really there.
Okay,
We have a white paper, um,
sure.
but
There's the NFT breakdown. Yeah, just start jumping into it. I'll leave this open up here.
yeah. So I've been on the back end of projects
Okay.
for 8 months,
Okay.
and something I've noticed, and this is happening more than you could possibly imagine. Um, the amount of money being transferred from people that service providers, developers, front end developers, just all the different services that are needed in crypto,
Yep.
and that people buy. And basically what's happening is there's millions of dollars being transferred through transactions, um, and there's no safety net for either side.
Sure.
So you're seeing millions of dollars being scammed out of this market due to people that for example, people will portray to be blockchain developers,
Yep.
and they'll go out there and they'll prey on people trying to build a project.
Okay.
Um, they'll get like an upfront payment, and then they'll run off with the money.
I had not to interrupt you, but actually somebody in the audience here, a good friend of mine, Legal Alien. He's here watching.
Mhm.
Sorry to bring it up, legal. It's just a key point that I mean, it perfectly fits that narrative. He's got a good friend that's a developer of a project, and he the developer, he knows him. He talks to him all the time. Hit him up the other day, saying, "Hey, man, he was kind of in a spot and needed, see if he could send him some ETH real quick. Send it back. You
Mhm.
know, legal looked at the profile, looked legit and everything. Long story short, some troll
Walk off with his money.
duplicated his friend's exact, you know, picture, everything. The whole profile is exactly the same, and it was a scammer.
Mhm.
So he got burned out of money. It's crazy, man. It's just
Oh,
absolutely nuts the
the
amount of
the the
money.
avenues these scammers take is unbelievable to me. I
Yep,
mean,
yep.
anything you could possibly imagine.
Yep. It's awful, man. It's awful.
Yeah, and what sucks for the rest of us is, the people that are actually involved in the space and are investors. They're buying coins. They're trying to profit, in a moral way.
Yeah,
Um, all that money is being siphoned out of this industry, or this part of the economy,
sure. Yep,
and it's going towards these bad actors.
yep,
So anyways, my our first plan for our first utility is to develop like an escrow system, that will essentially, it'll give a safety net for anybody trying to make these transactions.
sure.
I know there's escrow systems out there already, but I want to tailor this so that it's sort of friendly to this space, specifically.
Okay. So it'll be
Um,
an escrow. So basically, like if you're doing a transaction, it's sent to the escrow service. The escrow service holds it and verifies everything. Is that
yeah,
essentially okay?
but it'll have certain features like, a lot of the times when you're working with developers, they reach certain milestones,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get paid a percentage of what the total fee is, and then they'll
Okay.
continue working, blah blah blah.
Sure.
So it'll be an escrow system that is kind of tailored for that. You'll be able to set milestones up. Um, it's X amount of funds is released. When this job's done, blah blah blah.
Sure.
So it's kind of like it's a tool people will be able to use for, um, any of these transactions they're making with any of these service providers.
That I mean, that
And
would take all the question out of getting scammed. It'd
exactly.
remove it completely. Dude,
Hmm.
I haven't seen anybody else doing this. I mean, there might be somebody out there in the space somewhere, but
I've
man,
seen escrow systems, but none of them
sure.
really, take the extra mile and try and build, some of this other utility that can go with it.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you're onto something, brother, Scott. I'm serious, man. This is to make the space safer and everything. I mean,
Mhm.
this is it's impressive, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, DeFi in general, it needs to be organized
Yep,
desperately.
absolutely.
You know, I can just imagine, like, everybody's talking about the bull run, blah blah blah. I mean, I really think what's happened over the last 8 months, in this space in general. I mean, it's just we're talking probably billions of dollars siphoned
Yep,
out of it due to these scams.
yep,
So that's something we're trying to tackle. I know a lot of other people are trying to do the same thing.
yep,
But yeah, that's kind of my idea towards it. It's just creating at least that system for kind of the back end stuff of
sure.
projects.
Yep.
Um, and then yeah, that'll lead right into our second utility,
Okay.
which will be a crypto based service marketplace.
Okay.
So something like Fiverr.
Okay.
Um,
Gotcha. I'm gonna scroll back up and just put your put the name up on here so everybody can see it. Okay, sorry, go
cool.
ahead.
Yeah, so it would be a marketplace like Fiverr, but once again it's going to be tailored for DeFi.
Okay.
The DeFi space is big enough. Um, there's so many different ways that people can make money, and freelancers, tons of different services people are offering.
Sure.
um, so it's big enough to kind of tailor this for DeFi. It'll be like Fiverr, and essentially anybody that has any service to offer, whitelist writers, front end developers, even like influencers, promoters, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
They'll be able to kind of list their services on this platform. And I know, like, once again, I've seen people try and do this, but I currently haven't seen anything that I would even use myself. A
Yep.
lot of the UI is very hard to navigate.
Yes. I've been through a few of them, and yeah, it's not the easiest to navigate through or anything.
Yeah, and I look at something like Fiverr, and I think the reason it's so successful is because you get on the site and it's like it's all right there. It's very simple.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
my whole idea is it's creating something that people will actually want to use.
Yep.
And I'm not going to get like overly ambitious to say, oh, we're going to release 50 utilities by the end of the month type thing.
Yep.
It's more about releasing utilities in waves and making sure that they're perfected.
Yep.
They're
Exactly.
going to be something that people want to use. Everything is comfortable. The UI very easy to navigate. Polished, and with the company that we're working with, they have all the necessary resources to do that.
Very cool.
One of the benefits of not doing it all in house.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Definitely. Yeah, because all the connections they have and everything too. And again, like you said, I mean, they'll have deadlines and stuff. So once you start getting close to these goals, I mean, they've got to meet their deadlines, and then
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
that's great, man. So
Hmm.
yeah, that dude, it sounds really cool, man. It is. What comes after that? You have more utilities in place
Yeah,
after that one?
so we would like to become kind of like a one-stop platform.
Okay.
We'll obviously, like, we'll be doing like a charting system as well,
Okay.
a multi-chain charting system. We're also going to try and develop, different features that it offers that nobody else is.
Sure.
Um, just whatever it is. I mean, I can't give you any major details right now,
No, no,
but
understandable.
yeah, that'll be one part of it, and then another one will be like a listing site for coins.
Okay.
But the whole idea will be that like the currently listing sites, they'll list any coin, they'll list
Hmm.
rug pulls, they'll do anything.
That's the
Um,
problem. That is
yeah,
the major problem, which is why government's going to come down hard on crypto because of that
yeah,
part of that.
yeah. That's certainly part of the issue. So
Yeah.
our listing thing would be, it would aim to be like a more premium listing site. You won't see like 50 coins a day on there,
Sure.
but you will see coins that are audited, KYCs, seed vetted, blah blah blah.
So basically, it'd be like a swap type function, like a DApp. Are you thinking something like that, or
Yeah,
more along
there'll be a
lines?
Yeah, there'll probably be a swap that comes with the charting system.
Sure.
This would be more like a hub where investors can look at potential projects to invest in that,
Okay.
you know, under whatever criteria we give are safe, or
Sure,
at least they're
exactly.
as safe as, we can possibly make them.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't ever get them. You never know at the end of the day, but you can absolutely do everything that you can possibly do under the
Yeah.
sun to make sure that they're vetted properly and that they are a good project.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's awesome, man. Very cool. I know that I've seen some more people are jumping in here. Shaman, thanks for stopping in, man. Um, so those that are, if you just jumped in recently, this is Scott, a dev from Odineum.
Hello, hello.
So Odineum is they're building a NFT staking, like a tiered staking platform. They have a token that's going to launch after that. Guys, just if you don't mind, we kind of went in deep on a lot of it, so kind of go back and watch through this. We really wanted to do this AMA so we can kind of go through everything and lay it out there. So anybody that's interested in Odineum, they can watch through the AMA, check it all out, see what's going on. Scott has a background in crypto with successful projects, and he's building something very unique here. It's really cool, man. So
Yeah, thank
just
you. Appreciate it.
yep. So I just want to do an update there. Okay, so you kind of went through some more of the utility, just future plans.
Mhm.
Um, we can we'll continue on, man.
Yeah, sure. So the whole idea is just it's creating a scalable project.
Okay.
Um, I know some of these utilities have been done. Um, my whole idea is to kind of aggregate them all together, to hopefully offer, a level of professionalism in terms of the development that will, further incentivize people wanting to use the platform itself.
Yep.
Um, and just the whole scalability of it, because a year down the road, I mean, there could be 10 different other utilities that are coming out that we kind of want to get into,
Sure.
and we would just continue building and building on this platform.
So it's something, that you're not just like set in stone, like we're doing these utilities and that's it. So as time evolves, which we all know in crypto space, like 6 months in crypto is like 10 years in
Oh
real
yeah.
life, it feels like. So if things start moving a certain direction and throughout the year and other utilities seem like they may be the right route to go, you would be adding those to your roadmap.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very cool, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Got
to
to
me
stay
it's all about,
flexible in the crypto space, man, for
yeah, for
sure.
sure. Scalability is huge.
Absolutely. Yep. So I'm just gonna kind of briefly just revisit. So the NFTs, there's gonna be five five different NFT cards. Let me pull this picture open again real quick. I'll just kind of jump through it real fast. So
Sure.
there's different staking bases starting out at the main base, and so there's 10 different sets, and they go all the way up to 50% rewards. That's for having the full set. NFTs are going to start out to mint at 0.15 BNB per NFT. It's a random draw when you do make the purchase. So, there may be, if you say you, for example, you buy 3 of them and you get 2 of them that are the same. Well, that extra one that you have, there's going to be like a weekly lottery draw. So even if you have an extra card that you're not really able to use per se, it can be put into that lottery system, which in turn can also create income. So
Hmm.
um, that's kind of just a brief breakdown. I hope I didn't botch it too bad.
No, no, that was
I was just
beautiful.
kind of revisiting it. So I think it's a really cool system. So I mean, like the token's not launching first. The NFTs are coming out first, and then you're gonna, to get on the whitelist for the token, you're gonna have to hold an NFT. Um, I mean, the system's really the project's built around the NFT holders. I mean, the NFT holders are going to be the ones that benefit
Hmm.
the most because there's multiple streams of revenue that can be made by holding the NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we built it.
Yep.
That's why we're minting 10,000,
Oh,
which,
there. Okay, I didn't ask you that. So there's 10,000 total.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not something like, oh, we have to sell out on the first day type thing.
No, no.
It's basically like as the project grows and expands, there's at least enough in circulation
Yep.
so that people have an ample chance to get what they want out of the project.
Yep. So I mean, to get that full set, I mean, there's a chance you're going to mint more than one of the same. But I mean, what would you say the percentage of a chance is that you'll
Um,
actually mint a full set?
the rarest NFT is a 10% chance to draw.
Okay.
In testing, I tested minting, multiple times.
Sure.
Most times, you got a full set in under 10.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nothing's super rare. It's, it's very unlikely that you're going to mint something like 15, 20 and
Sure.
not get a full set. You'd have to be very unlucky.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's, they're pretty accessible.
That's cool. And I know, like, if you did say we did mint, if I went and minted 5 and I ended up with 2 the same one, are we able to is there gonna be a way to trade the NFTs with others, or is it something that we'd have to actually list and just maybe sell it and then find another one that we could buy from somebody else that's selling one?
Yeah, right now it's just like the marketplace thing, buy, sell type thing.
Okay.
Um, well, I've certainly, it's been brought up to do like a trading system.
Sure.
It could be something that we implement, in the near future.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but yeah, currently that's kind of the model that we have.
Sure. And the marketplace, is that gonna be through the website or is it through, like, a third party marketplace?
Yeah, it's through the website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if you buy, just to reiterate that, guys, if you buy, you purchase NFTs, you have more than one of the same one, and you could absolutely hold it for a lottery drawing that's going to be done once a week to win rewards. The lottery, is it going to be like BUSD lottery like rewards, or
Probably B&B.
BNB? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So
Yeah.
BNB rewards. Um, Otherwise, if you're wanting to sell it, excuse me, I got to clear my throat here a little.
No worries.
I've been talking a lot, man. I've been streaming like 4 or 5 hour streams the past few days, and it
Oh,
is
wow.
wearing on my voice, man. But yeah, jumping back into it. So you could hold it for the lottery, or if you wanted to sell a certain NFT, you could go to their website, list it on their marketplace for somebody else to purchase it. And either you can mint more to try and get the one that you're needing, or you could possibly find the one that you're wanting to mint on the marketplace that somebody else is selling.
Mhm.
So cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I guess one more thing I should add is
Sure.
the full set owners. So there's 1,000 of the last NFT, meaning
Okay.
there's 1,000 potential full set holders.
Okay.
These are really like, well, obviously we're going to be trying to reward everybody,
Yep.
but these full set holders, they're going to become like, kind of our aim is going to be to reward them as much as possible.
Okay.
So like we already talked to, certain P2E communities that are already established. And, for example, if you make an investment in their game, you can buy certain items that will basically net you passive income as well.
Okay.
Um, stuff like that. That would be like redistributed to the full set holders.
Okay.
Um, Also stuff like when we do our listing utility, we're probably going to have an option that if projects want to have like a certain amount of whitelist spots open for Odineum holders.
Okay.
That those would also go to full set holders.
Okay.
So it's really just creating all these different streams of income. Obviously, like anybody can benefit, but these full set holders will become like kind of the premium members.
Sure. So the
Um,
ultimate goal is to get that full set.
yeah, I mean, as an
That's the
investor, I
ultimate
mean,
goal
yeah,
as an
I mean,
investor.
I think it's going to be very lucrative personally.
Absolutely. Yep.
There's so much we got going on, so.
I've got a question here. Actually, it's a really good question. MK2000. Is there a possibility of burning NFTs to make them more rare if you get duplicates?
Um, I would actually have to talk to my developer about
Okay.
that.
So
I've never even thought about that.
that's
That's
that's actually a really good idea.
mhm.
It'd be something to talk to him about. That's what I like from talking with Scott too. I mean, they're building this, but they're listening to community too. So this is something, I mean, you heard him, he's going to go talk to the
Oh
lead
yeah,
dev. And so if you guys have ideas and stuff, I mean, reach out to Scott on Telegram or on Twitter, and you know, let him know your thoughts, and it may be something that they end up implementing to the project. But
yeah,
great question, MK. That's awesome, man.
yeah. Thanks for the question. And that's kind of one of the protocols I have is I want to remain fluid
Yep.
because obviously I haven't thought of everything.
Sure.
My developer hasn't thought of everything,
Yep.
and people in the space are full of great ideas.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, just a fluid, scalable, approach to it all.
Sure. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we can all learn from each other, that's for sure. And that's kind of why I started my channel, is just to be able to voice my thoughts and help new investors. And we can all help each other though, man. I mean, crypto is so new. Like, I'm learning new stuff every day, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's like,
Oh yeah,
if
same.
we can all have each other's back, help each other, whether you're an investor, you're a developer, you're marketing, you're a YouTuber, whatever, we can all be here to help each other, man, and grow in the space and make it a better space at the end of the day.
For sure, for sure.
So cool, man. I just wanted to reiterate on so NFTs are coming first, then the token's going to come out.
Hmm.
Um, so the token, uh, you'd said earlier, the token, it has a little bit high taxes. You said it's 14 both ways.
Yeah,
Is that correct? So taxes are a little bit high in my opinion, but the project is based around the NFTs. So a big percentage of that, is it 5%? You said off of that?
5% will be reflections, 5% for the staking pool.
Okay, cool. So, the taxes are a little bit high on the token, which does not bother me looking at it from that aspect, because if you're holding the NFTs, especially if you have a full set or whatnot, I mean, you're getting a huge amount of returns off
Hmm.
of all buy and sell transactions with the token. So,
Yeah,
I think it's not bad at all. It really isn't.
yeah.
You know,
I've
if, it,
actually I've talked to my developer about bringing the tax down to around 12%.
sure.
So that may end up happening.
Okay.
Um, if it does, we'll certainly announce it and get it sorted.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
I think ideally something like 12% would be a little more ideal personally as well.
Sure, sure. Yeah, and I mean, you'll put it out there when things are changed, and it's a prime example here. So just talking about it, they are open to suggestions 100%.
Hmm.
So so here's the, obviously Scott, he's the founder and does marketing.
Hmm.
Alexi is graphic
Yep.
designer, and then AJR is community lead.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And I'll
Have
get,
you guys known each other a long time, or are you kind of newly acquainted?
I've known AJR. He's actually somebody I know in real life.
Okay,
So he's a good friend of mine.
very cool.
Um, and his background was actually in bartending, so he's really good with people.
Yeah.
Just social media, blah blah blah.
Yep.
And then Alexia, I've been working with for probably around 8 months.
Okay.
We were working on another project that I had done previously, and yeah, he's an incredibly talented graphic designer. So
Apparently, because I mean, the NFT cards, the detail is unbelievable, man.
yeah,
That's really awesome, man.
yeah, he's a
Very,
really good artist.
very cool. So white paper is on the website here, guys. I'm going to throw the website in the chat real quick,
Sure.
just for anybody that doesn't have it. And then in the description of this video, when I'm done, I will 100% add everything on here, and I'll put it on my Twitter page too. So anybody that needs or would like to look deeper, they can jump into Odineum and check it all out. So very interesting project. I'm super, super excited about it. I mean, you guys are building something really cool, man.
Hmm.
100%. So, okay, I see it here. There's the dApp. So the NFT marketplace, there's going to be a staking page, then the minting page. So everything's done through the website. It's not going through a third party to have to go mint here and stake through some third party
Yeah.
staking system, which I'd rather see it all done in house. That's great, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll all be ready for launch. So
Yep, absolutely. So, I know you don't have a hard set date on when the NFTs will actually be dropping yet, and I'm sure you're like I am. You don't want to give dates. You
Yeah, I
better
mean,
under promise and over deliver.
yeah, that's the thing
Um,
about crypto is like,
Under promise and over deliver, man. I've
yeah,
learned so much, man.
I hate dealing with dates because it's like something that could come up and then everything gets put off, or
Sure.
some other opportunity could present itself.
Yep.
So right now we're working on a partnership slash collaboration with you know, all I'm going to say is a very well-known coin.
That's the one
Um,
we were talking about in the background.
yeah, so we're
Do,
kind of doing
yeah.
all the work that we need to do with them.
Yep.
Um, and then once that gets into motion, we'll be able to move forward with everything.
Sure. Yeah, guys, keep an eye out. I'd recommend keeping an eye on this. It's not financial advice, but the partnership that him and Scott and I have discussed, is really big. I mean, it's bigger than I would have expected. So, um, this is something that you guys should definitely keep on your radar. Join their Telegram, join their Twitter, and of course, any announcements that come out. If Scott will be gracious enough to let me know about them, I will absolutely put it out to everybody and let everybody know also.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool, man. So white paper's on here. Everything's on their website. It's a clean website too, man. I see so many, just that goes back to, graphic design. I mean, it's just everything's nice and clean and organized and stuff. I see
Mhm.
so many new projects launch and it looks like they just bought they got the free website designer, threw a website together in 10 minutes,
Yeah, they do a
launched
template.
it. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So is there anything else you want to jump into that you want to highlight off the top of
Um,
your head?
I think we covered most of what we got going on.
Gotcha.
Obviously, this is our first AMA.
Yep.
We haven't done really any marketing.
Sure.
So we're gonna start, getting into that stuff, in the coming days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, yeah, I guess my last statement would just be, this project has a roadmap. It has a long-term plan.
Yep.
Um, I do everything transparently. Um, and I'm going to try and scale it to make it succeed the best way that I can.
Sure, absolutely. And a big thing starting with this project is, this is your first AMA, you're on camera in
Mhm.
front of everybody. I mean, that's big. I mean, anything can happen, but I mean, to start out that way leaves a very good impression with people when
Yeah,
they can put a face and a name to a project, and it just makes people feel more comfortable. So
yeah,
that
absolutely.
they're working on KYC, and I'm sure I'm going to put them in contact with a couple of people too, so they'll probably work on some more audits. And there's a lot of really good projects in the space that I'm gonna talk to other people too, and from other projects, other communities, and try and get you in contact with some other people too that may be a very good fit for you, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I'd love to see it. Appreciate
Yep,
that.
absolutely. So yeah, one last question. Does anybody else have any questions in the audience? Is anything y'all would like to know from Scott? I'll leave that open for a minute, but I guess my last question will be is, I mean, obviously it could possibly change just in time and whatnot, but where do you see the project going long term? Let's say a year from now and 5 years from now. Sorry to put you on the spot, but what would
No,
your
that's okay.
long term?
I love questions like that because
Yep.
the thing is I actually envision
Sure.
I envision it going somewhere and
Yep.
doing all these things. I think one of the reasons to stay so scalable and fluid is so that you remain competitive in the space that is ever adapting and constantly changing.
Yep.
So really, like the platform itself. Oh yeah, I guess one more thing I should mention.
Sure. Yeah. Go
Um,
ahead.
and then I'll get back to this.
Yeah.
Is once all these utilities are kind of brought out, one of the most valuable things in crypto space is advertisement space.
Mm-hmm.
Like PooCoin ads,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Everybody's trying to get on those, and they're
Yep.
paying thousands of dollars a day to
Yep.
to use them.
It's huge money.
Yeah, so like that's kind of cryptos. Everybody's trying to get their name out there. They're trying to get exposure, blah blah blah.
Yep.
So we are going to be monetizing our website through means like that.
Okay.
There'll be advertising space, banner ads, trending lists on our charting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So monetizing our website is going to be a way to scale the project, to keep it going, to start building out other things.
Sure.
And there's also going to be a profit sharing system in place
Really?
for NFT holders.
So if you're an NFT holder, so like the revenue that would come in off of advertisement, there'd be a certain percentage given back to the holders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So basically the way we have our staking system, there's 10 different tiers.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be how the profits are divvied out.
Let me pull that picture back open. I had it open a second ago. These are the different tiers, guys. There's the base and the full NFT card set is 5 cards.
Mm-hmm.
The NFTs are the mint price is going to be 0.15 BNB, which is very reasonable. So, and if starting from the base going all the way up is going to determine how much rewards you will receive. So, okay, go ahead, man.
So yeah, I was just going to say, the full set owners are going to be, getting a certain percentage, and then it'll just work its way down the tiers.
Sure. Yep. Awesome, man. So yeah, I mean, you guys are the long-term goal. You're planning on. I mean, there's like multiple streams of revenue that can come in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's crazy. That's awesome, man. I mean, I like to see that there's a lot of tokens that launch that don't even have a utility, man, or they have one utility that sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys have there's a lot of stuff on the roadmap, and just take your time building it like you guys are doing. Organic growth, intermingle with the community and other tokens, other communities and stuff. So yeah, you guys, it's a great project, man. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. So long term, you think where do you see it going, man?
So we're hoping after the token launches, the easiest utility to build will be the escrow system.
Okay.
We're hoping that'll be released, a couple of weeks after launch.
Okay.
And then we'll, while that's happening, the marketplace will also be being developed. That's the beauty of, this outhouse development is I can actually hire as many developers as I want. They got 2,200 developers on their, in their company, and I can really scale it out as big as I want to.
Sure.
So it may not take as long as people would think to build something like this.
When you have a massive team like that.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's like projects that are trying to do these utilities in-house, they probably only have a couple people working on it.
Sure.
And, they end up getting, stuck in development hell, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I mean, once this platform is built, we'll all these things we discussed, it'll be monetized, and then that's kind of when we would try and enter the P2E area.
Sure. So get these first utilities out, and then just kind of as that starts rolling out, then you'll start moving forward towards P2E and the other aspects you're looking at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
My greatest hope is that we can build like a tier 1 game.
Yeah.
Something that is, top of the line.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like graphics wise, like something like League of Legends.
Sure. Yeah. League of Legends is another one. There's another newer project that's it's actually in beta right now that I'm invested in because I see the future in it. It's called Wagme Games.
Okay.
I'll send you a link for it, and it's kind of a game similar to that style, and it's if you can build a game like that, man. I mean, and the space is so big, like there can be more than one game. There can be more than one crypto that succeeds, guys. I mean,
I mean, gaming is a massive industry.
Yeah. So far this year, I did a video the other day on blockchain gaming. over $2.5 billion has been invested into blockchain gaming in the first quarter of 2022.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot of money.
Over
For sure.
$2.5 billion. And then on the other aspect that you guys are building, so guys, he's going to do the escrow system utility. So it's going to help people avoid from getting burned out of money from people that are, devs saying, oh, they're going to build this. They want half the money up front, and they'll get your product built, and then you can pay the other half. Then you send them the first half and they disappear. Well, the escrow service is going to put it to where that can't happen. Like, you can set milestones through the escrow service. So say you're hiring a developer to build something for you. Once they get, they're a certain percentage done and hit that milestone, the escrow service will release a certain amount of funds to them, and so on and so forth until the project is complete. So it's going to help eliminate people scamming money from people. That's awesome, man.
Just something I hate because I've been on the receiving end of it multiple times.
Oh, I'm sure, man. It sucks. Talk about a violation too, and you get burned out of money, man. It's like you just feel, it just feels weird, man. It does.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So it's a long-term longevity after you get those utilities. So, I mean, even a year from now, you may be, as fast as crypto moves, you could be working into that PTE game and stuff. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of one of the reasons we went with the Norse mythology theme.
Yeah.
Is because if we do end up building a MOBA game,
yep,
it will be Norse mythology based.
That's awesome, man. Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of people love that style,
Yeah. I mean, they love, the gods and
absolutely.
All that stuff.
Yep. And yeah, it's awesome, man. I really like it, and I appreciate you coming on here, man. And I know we kind of jumped around and we went through a lot of information, guys. So if you are interested, go back and watch through it. This is the first AMA Scott's had, so we're really just trying to cover everything. That way, anybody that's interested can go back, watch the video, and kind of get a breakdown of everything. Maybe we can do some more videos in the near future, kind of just honing in on certain aspects of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just kind of some update videos or whatever.
Yeah. And maybe do an update AMA eventually where, we're not covering like a huge broad spectrum. We can cover just certain utilities and stuff, and kind of hone in on like the first utility that's coming out, which will be the escrow. But so timeline, I know you don't have dates set. The NFTs, are you thinking like, is it far out? Is it 6 months out? Are we a month away from?
No. I think we'll be opening our mint this week.
Oh, really? That soon? Gotcha.
Yeah, and setting up our pre-sale for next week.
Very cool. So guys, we're moving quick then. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, all the kind of foundational work's been done with this software company.
Sure.
So they're really just waiting for me to kind of hit the green button and just start going.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's very cool. And guys, this isn't something that Scott's just put together in the past couple of weeks. I mean, this whole project has been thought up and put together and been worked on for months, like since 2021 timeframe. So he's been really taking his time on putting this together, not just throw something together and throw it out there. So everything is very well thought out and put together. So I'll leave all the social media, website, and stuff in the description. You guys can also jump on my Twitter, and I'll post a link for all of their website and everything too. And if you guys have questions for Scott, jump on Telegram. That's where I recommend that. It was anytime I've reached out to him, he's been responsive like immediately. And
my DMs are open anytime.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Well, I think that unless you have anything else, I think that should do, man. We pushed over just about a little over an hour, man. So I think we did a good rundown on it. That
was really informative, and we covered a lot of ground. So
absolutely,
I'm very happy with it.
Yep. Yeah, Scott, stick around. I'll end the stream here in a second, and then we can chit chat for a minute before we get off here. So
sounds good,
guys. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Again, Scott from Odineum. Reach out to him if you have any questions. I'll have all the, his Twitter and everything on my Twitter. I'll post it here in a minute once we get off here. and really cool project, multiple utilities, NFT based. MK2000 said, "Great job, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it, man."
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely something that is on my radar. It's not financial advice. I mean, everybody always has to do their own research. I'm just bringing this to y'all, just something that I think could be very useful in our space, and just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention. So y'all have a great night. I've got another stream coming in a few hours. What time is it? It's 3:16 Central Standard, 8:30 Central Standard Time tonight. I'm jumping into my Texas Crownado. That's my alter ego. I got Texas Tornado and I'm Texas Crownado because I'm a huge Crow fan. Yep, Kronos fan. So we're gonna do a Kronos stream tonight and just kind of jump around looking at projects. So
beautiful.
Again, Scott from Odineum, thanks for joining me here, man. It really has been a pleasure, man. This is very informative.
Thank
exciting.
You so much for having me. Appreciate
Absolutely.
It.
All right, Scott, I'll talk to you here. Just hold on a second. I'm going to end the stream. Y'all have a great afternoon. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.